This is the sound of an award-winning high school marching band. And this is what that same award-winning band looks like. These are just some of the members of the award-winning Hazleton Area High School Marching Cougar Band. Welcome to SSPTV Community News. I'm Lisa Sugart. Today we're going to be talking with these talented members of the band, but first we are going to begin with the band's director, Joseph Stefanko. The Hazleton Area High School Marching Cougars won the conference title in the state's Cavalcade of Bands competition, the school's very first title. I'm very pleased to be joined now by the band's director, Joseph Stefanko. Mr. Stefanko, this was an amazing win, the first title for the school. You must be so proud. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Honestly, it was all the students who did all of the hard work. From a design perspective, the design team and myself, which includes the assistant band director, Jude Stefanik, our arranger, Ryan Lamoureux, and our color guard director, Juan Hortero, they really, helped us this season and really made the design. But from the design perspective, then we turn it over to the students. And the students do all of the hard work and the heavy lifting. We started in beginning of August and rehearsed all the way through mid-November. We were out in the community almost every week, from competitions from local all the way down to the Philadelphia area. So the students really put in a lot of hours and spent countless hours in the practice room. So they deserve all of the congratulations. They did an awesome job this season. We're so proud of them.
As are we. Now, you said design. What does that mean? What do you have to design? The movements that they do on the field, or what are you talking about?
When we talk about design, we're talking about the music selection. We actually start planning the show over a year in advance, and we're already planning next year's field show. We have to have the music custom arranged and purchase the rights to arrange the music. Then we have to sync the music with our choreography, and then our color guard director designs and writes all of the work that you see our color guard do.
So how long does it take until you get it off the paper till they're actually doing it on the field?
We typically start in January, and they get it the first week of band camp. So it takes those months to put everything together, figure out all of the bumps, and make it the best production we can.
Did you know that this was going to be an award-winning performance when you put it together?
This was a very unique season. Every time we went out and competed, we came in first place and had an undefeated season because of the students and all of their hard work. However, at championships, there were 26 bands, and when they were counting down from 25th place, as they got closer and closer to the top, they got to 4th place and announced the award for Best Color Guard, and we have a very strong color guard. Then they announced the award for Best Music and then Best Percussion. So it was really pins and needles on the sideline waiting for them to announce our place at the Cavalcade of Bands Championship.
So what inspired this performance? How did you come up with the 4 seasons?
We usually throw around a couple different show ideas, even in the truck driving to all these competitions. And then we came up as a design team and said, hey, this might be a really cool show, but we didn't want to take the traditional approach with it. When everybody hears the 4 seasons, they think of Vivaldi from the Baroque era, but we want to do something a little bit more modern. We included some popular selections and integrated soloists throughout, which really made the show fun, and the students got to do a lot of unique things that no other of our competitive groups were doing.
So what were some of the songs in the performance?
We had In Summer, we had Autumn Leaves, and then we had a custom arrangement for our opener, and then our closer was a mix of a couple different selections.
Now, the wind gave you some difficulties at the performance, so how tough was that to, try to adjust your performance?
The wind is a very unique challenge. We have props that are over 8 feet tall. We have students going up on ladders for their performance. So we had to have a lot of parent volunteers, and we're so thankful for everything the band boosters did throughout the season. Without the support of so many people, this program wouldn't be as successful as it is.
So how many students are in this band?
We had 40 students in our band this year, which is up from last year, and then we're looking to grow even more next year.
What do you say about the dedication of these students that really have to commit a lot of time and effort and dedication to this organization?
The students have to be dedicated in so many facets. They have to be dedicated to school, keeping their academics up. They need to be dedicated to attending practice after school, dedicated to giving up some times on weekends. On our competition days, we started here as early as 7 in the morning and left somewhere around lunchtime to perform at 7 o'clock in the evening. So they were incredibly strenuous days.
What do you say to the students for the success they've had this year?
We're so proud of them. They've done awesome things. Can't wait to see what the future holds. And this performance is just the beginning. Things can only go up from here. They're an amazing group of students. I'm so proud of them. The staff is so proud of them. Can't wait to see what next year brings.
Aria Fort is the drum major for the Hazleton Area High School Marching Cougars. Congratulations on the big award.
Thank you so much.
Now, we see the drum major always front and center when we go to performances, but for people who don't know, what is the job of a drum major?
To keep the band in time during the entire performance. I work really well with the pit in the back of the field to make sure that everyone knows the timing of the show.
How hard is that?
It can be difficult at times, but we did pull through this year very well. I worked very well with the percussion this year.
So now when you were rehearsing before you went to these competitions, did you have any idea, like, we're going to knock it out of the park, we're going to win?
No, I really did not think we were going to do as well as we did. I know that might come off like wrong, but I really did not think we were going to get first at championships, just because I know the competition throughout the years I've been in marching band, and it's incredible that we pulled through.
How many years have you been in marching band?
This is my 5th year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, what's it like when you go to these competitions? Like, how difficult is it?
It can be tedious. Like, you get nervous right before you go on stage, but once you're done with the show, you feel that whole weight off your chest, and it's just such a big relief, and it's incredible at the end of the day.
So what was your reaction when you heard that you guys won?
I was bawling my eyes out, but I was just in complete shock. And honestly, it still feels like a dream to this day, and it's a month later. And I'm just so proud of every single person in the band, and it's just amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
How difficult was the practices? Was there a lot?
There were a lot of practices for many hours in the cold, in the heat, a mixture of all different weather conditions, but everybody went with the day, and it was perfect. It was perfect.
Is this your last year?
It is my last year, yes.
So you went out on top.
I did go out on top, yes, and I'm very glad I had the opportunity to do that. Ain't no band like a Hazleton band. Ain't no, woo!
I'm now joined by Gabby HAHS. She is the lead saxophone for the Cougar Marching Band. What was it like when you won the competition?
Honestly, it's just so surreal. My family was lucky enough to be there, and to be able to share that moment with former band members and current band members in my family, it was just such a special thing that I will never forget.
Do you play for a concert band too?
Yeah, I play clarinet in the concert band.
What's the difference between concert band and the marching band?
The marching band, you were with those people like 24/7 for 3-4 months, and you grow a really great bond with them. And then when you get to concert band, it's pretty much the same people, and you could just share that with sometimes a bigger audience and a different audience with different type of music. So they go together very well.
So now you're a junior,
Yes.
So you get to go back now and try to keep the title. So how much pressure will be on you guys next year?
It's gonna be a lot. Like walking into competitions, the other bands are gonna know we're the champions, and they're gonna see that. So I feel like there will be a lot of pressure on us to keep this title, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be able to do it.
Anya Kraniak is the woodwind section leader, and you play.
I play the flute.
So tell us about the big show that won the competition. What was in this show, and how difficult was it?
Our show was the 4 seasons this year, so it went through the cycles of summer, spring, winter, and autumn. And we had feature soloists, so that was a different thing for us, as well as a clarinet solo, which has never happened before. This show, I've been in band for 5 years, and this was the hardest one that I had ever taken part in. Our closer, Winter, was extremely difficult. It had very hard sets, the music was hard, and it took a lot of time to be able to memorize the show.
So when they announced your name, were you like, I knew we were going to do it, or Oh my gosh.
Honestly, the weather conditions we had that day, it was extremely windy and cold out. So we actually had to cut some of our color guards choreography, and some of the drill became way more difficult now because our hats were blowing around and we were blowing around. So when we got off the field, we were like, oh, I'm not so sure about that. But then we're sitting there and they're going up the places and they just kept getting higher. And then they started announcing the awards that we received as well. And they said first place, and we were all crying in the stands. I was in the stands. We were all crying and screaming, and it was an awesome feeling.
In addition to the musical talent, there are also the members of the Color Guard who bring so much to the performance. I am very pleased to be joined by Vivian Santiago, who is a veteran member of the Color Guard, and to my right is Jasmine Van Camp. She is captain of the Color Guard. What is it like to say that you are an award-winning member of this organization?
It is a really great feeling, and it's just so nice to be in such an inclusive community, and it's overall so amazing to be a part of.
What all does the Color Guard do? Tell us the job and how difficult it is to learn the routines that you do.
So it is pretty difficult, but it gets easier with time. So basically, Color Guard are like the performers. They help enhance the show and bring it to life, kind of. And we do like different props like flags, and we do a lot of dancing.
And it's tough because people hear the beautiful music, but they're going to see a mistake if the Color Guard makes a mistake, right?
Yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking, but we put so much time and effort into it, and we practice all the time, so it comes naturally.
So now you are a senior, so this is your big hurrah leaving school.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it so much.
What's it been like to be part of this award-winning team?
It's honestly been an honor. I've made such great friends, and the feeling I get after performing is just a feeling I've never felt before. The accomplishment is just amazing.
So now how difficult was this award-winning routine? Because I understand the wind was a factor.
It really was. The whole time I was just thinking about if I was going to drop or mess up, but the whole point is recovery and not letting, if you do mess up, let it get to you. Just get back up and it's like nothing ever happened.
So now how excited are you to go back and try to keep that title?
I'm very excited, actually. I think we'll do well, and along with everybody working with me, I think we all work well and we do well in problem solving, so I think it'll be really great.
Two more talented members of this band are with me now. I am pleased to be joined by Mina Carter and Ava Perhonich. Mina, you are a percussionist, the bass drum. You said you have a name for it.
Big Bessie.
Big Bessie, all right. What was it like being in a championship and winning it?
Honestly, terrifying because this is my first year in band, and that's why I'm so happy to have such a welcoming family, what I call them. It was nerve-wracking because you get put under a lot of pressure. A lot of long hours, early mornings, really late nights, getting back home at like midnight. But really I couldn't ask for anything better. This is my favorite way to spend my time.
Like all the practices, all the hard work, was it worth it?
It was very worth it. It's very tedious, it's very stressful, but at the end of the day, it's so worth it. Like Mina said, we have such a big family here, and everyone is just like so welcoming, so that definitely helps with the stress, because like you could just talk to them and they'll make you feel better.
What do you say about the ones who put this program together and like came up with this award-winning performance for all of you guys and the hard work they put into it? What do you want to say to them?
I can't thank them enough. They've put countless hours as well into this, and even though it could be, like I said, stressful, and we could kind of get on their nerves a little bit sometimes, they definitely are really, really helpful, and I'm just really grateful that we had such a great program this year.